All right, welcome back, GBA Nation, for another edition of the GBA Show Live. Coming to you, this is Thursday, April 23rd, 5:30 interview with great guest join us today. Great follow-up to Katie Smith from yesterday. We run a lot of events down in Cincinnati with this guy, and he's a phenomenal individual. Has a brand new facility down there, and we're very proud to call him a friend. So, guys, we are going to be joined by Ronnie here very shortly. Tommy and Jeff, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we're good to go. Nice day today out. Tommy, how we doing? No Raiders gear today, hon?
Hey, we're supporting the silver and black, yes. And hey, excited to have Ronnie on tonight. Should be a lot of fun.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
We should have been there already a couple times with the brand new 6-court facility. Been seeing some pictures and stuff. It's totally awesome. Yeah, we're excited to get in there, and hopefully one of our first events this year will hopefully be there.
Yep.
We've got a few weekends on hold, so let's hope that everything works out and get it taken care of for sure. That'd be a great place to start.
Yes, absolutely. All right, guys. So once again, let's get ready to go live with Coach Ronnie Grandison, and let's get this show started. All right, welcome back. Coach Ronnie, how you doing?
I am good, man. You guys are amazing. I like that intro.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
We're trying to get all fancy, we got nothing to do right now, so we're just playing with new toys.
That was cool. I like that.
Yeah.
I tell you, Ronnie, the screen got a lot better looking now here in the last few seconds, so we appreciate that.
Yeah, I got my shiny ball head here.
We don't want to talk about the self haircut I did the other day. It wasn't good. So I had on a couple weeks of learning experiences. That's all. It's just a learning experience.
Yeah.
So Ronnie, how are we doing in Cincinnati?
We're doing good. I think like every other part of the nation, we're just trying to keep this social distancing up so that we can rid ourselves of this virus. And so the gym's closed at the moment, but I'm looking forward to everything opening back up. We got kind of a preview from January until the beginning of March. Had a couple of events here and had a lot of volleyball training and basketball and stuff, and it was really fun. So I'm looking forward to seeing it happening again. Yeah,
we of course we would have been there already. Had the virus not happening, we're looking to get there again pretty soon. We got some weekends on hold. Hopefully everything works out for that. But let's talk a little bit about you first. You had a 3-court facility before you built a brand new facility. How long have you been in Cincinnati, and how did your road kind of lead you there and to get into opening up a sports complex?
Okay. Well, I've been in the Cincinnati area for about, it's been about 27 years now. And I first came here through a group called Athletes in Action. You guys might know them. What happened is Athletes in Action is a Christian ministry that played basketball during the preseason of the college groups. And then what happened is I actually was a year here full-time in ministry, and that's how I got introduced to Cincinnati. I met my wife, and she's from Minnesota, Rochester, Minnesota. And I'm from Los Angeles, California. She didn't want to go to Los Angeles, and I didn't want to go to Minnesota. So we decided to settle here in Cincinnati, and we've been here ever since. So it's been a really nice area for us, a nice place to raise our family, and we're excited about it. And now, look, of course, being here and running the gym and all that good stuff has been a great venture.
Yeah, it seems like it just continues to grow with some of the the programs you have. Basically, I think even when we was there, I think I'm assuming that you ran out of space with the old gym, which was beautiful, by the way, which is right next door to where the new one at 7900 Kemper Road, East Kemper Road. Tell us a little bit about the new facility that's up.
Okay. Well, Jeff, I started 20 years ago running camps here, and I was looking at some pictures the other day because, you have a little more time now. But I was looking at some pictures the other day of some of the first camps I had. I probably had maybe 15 or 20 kids, and that did grow. I was in a church, and I was running their family life center. And what happened is I kind of got an idea that, hey, I might want to do this for my future after I finish playing basketball, because I enjoyed working with kids, enjoyed helping them become better. So we started right there. Then I ran a team, about 8 kids. They were 5th and 6th graders, and I, did some stuff with them. And so from there, it just kept growing. And I went up to a 3-court facility here at Kids First. And that was a really good venture. And then, the landlord came to me and he said, hey, would you like to, build a standalone building right next door? And I was excited about it, a little nervous just because it's just bigger and all that stuff. But it's just been a great venture. The construction went flawless for the most part. We got everything ready to go. We opened up the beginning of January, and we had some really nice things coming through. We have a full volleyball program along with the basketball. So the gym was full right off the bat. So I was excited to have the space. And unfortunately, all this happened. But, like everyone else, we're going to stay strong and weather the storm, and we're going to come back better than before.
Yeah, I tell you, the training that we had, and a little bit of a background for some of the people that's listening live now and that will listen in the future here on our social media. Ronnie I'm assuming your main source is the training. That's what you do with your staff that you have. Mm-hmm. For some of you guys who don't know, Ronnie's group came and followed us when we was doing the individual exposure camps. Mm-hmm. And you came in for the Capital University. What's 3 or 4 years you brought a crew in, done an excellent job. You ran the training part before the kids actually played in front of the college coaches. Yeah. And man, we was totally impressed with everything from beginning to end, how you guys ran it. Not only you, but the staff that you had, you kept the kids moving. The college, how many college coaches, John, came up to us and was totally impressed with what your guys did and what you was doing, setting everything up, put the kids through some drills. Actually, and I'm not into the particulars, but the post players you had doing what they're doing in the game, you break it down with the guards doing what they're doing in the game. And it was totally outstanding, and it really helped us out. And it was great for us to have you come in and partner with you on that, because that's something that the kids definitely need. And you guys did a great job. How about, are you still doing that now, or have you increased that now that you have a bigger facility?
Oh yeah, that's really our bread and butter, Jeff. When I finished playing basketball in the NBA, I kind of wanted to help young people understand what they needed to do to play the game. And I unfortunately grew up in inner city LA. I wasn't, we didn't have, any type of money. I didn't have any training. I just learned to play basketball in the streets. And the funny part about it is I was able to go all the way to the NBA and really didn't have the skill set that I needed to play. So I came back to Cincinnati when I started this whole thing. I wanted to make sure that I did the best I could to help train and teach kids how to play and show them what they need to do in order to take the next steps. So that's where we excel the most. And we have training classes that we do every single day. We have clinics that we work. We do shooting clinics, ball handling clinics, post-play clinics. We have a full summer slate of basketball that folks can come in and really perfect your game and learn how to play the right way. And one of our slogans is learn how to play like a pro. And it's not necessarily you will become a pro player. We're just saying that we want to teach you the skills that you need in order to keep developing and be the best you can be. And so we've helped a lot of kids over the 25 years I've been doing this, and I love it. I didn't know what I wanted to do after I finished playing NBA basketball. And falling into this really training and helping kids has been just a godsend for me. And so I'm thankful to be able to have that opportunity.
You guys do a tremendous job, and we'll put all of those links up. Anybody in the area, Cincinnati or close to Cincinnati, even an hour away, you need to definitely check out Ronnie's social media sites. And you do a great job with yourself, your daughter, and putting on, and your son putting on little videos on Instagram, on Facebook, and on Twitter, and different things that shows kind of some things and how he was breaking some things down, how they do it each step, and then turning it in, to the full finished product. It's amazing. So guys, I can talk to Ronnie all day. You guys need to jump in whenever you can, because I enjoy talking. So you guys jump in anytime.
And I was just going to say on that, I was around for those individual showcases, and as Jeff spoke on earlier, and the that first part of the morning session, Ronnie, your group would come in and put them through a workout, and then they'd play in the afternoon. So yeah, what a phenomenal job you do there. And I was going to touch on a little bit now, with us kind of being quarantined and shut down, it's been fun to watch, to follow you on Facebook and Twitter and those things, posting little workout videos, trying to keep not only the kids that come to you as clients, but just, general youth basketball players in general, trying to keep them active.
Yeah, and that's what I'm all about, everybody playing the sport. Like I said, not all of us are going to have that opportunity to play beyond high school and college and all that stuff. But I'll say this, the kids love it. And the one thing that I've tried to do as a basketball coach, especially with young developing players, is just be as positive as I can and help teach them the skills and give them an opportunity to go home and work on it. I call it backyard basketball. If you take the time to play in the backyard, you take the time to work on the steps that it takes to shoot a jump shot, to shoot a layup, to make a explosive dribble move, that's when you really get better. So I like to teach that and help them understand what they're doing, because I know as a player, that's what I wanted. Why do I do this? Why do I keep my elbow in when I'm shooting? Why do I, keep my head up when I'm dribbling? Things like that. So I try to explain that to the kids, and it has been fun for me. I'll be honest, this is really not work for me. It's just fun. And I'm excited to be able to have that opportunity to do that.
Well, and to add a little bit more to that, I think that's why we have developed such a good relationship with you, because of your passion and trying to help kids of all levels, you know, and that's how what we've kind of taken the GBA. Yes, it's a business, but it's a business that, we've got, we're creating opportunities for kids that are just trying to maybe make a junior high team, or just trying to make their high school team. And then you've got the kids that are a little bit better, that's going to go on to the next level. So I think that's kind of, I really do believe that's why we relate with you very well. And we've developed a very good relationship, and being able to host our, events at your place and develop a friendship over the years.
Yeah. And I don't know if you guys know my full story. I'm the epitome of the kid that, you would have never thought that I would have played in the NBA. There was no way. I mean, I was a kid that just played hard and did everything I could to try to be the best I can be. But for the most part, I was 5'9" as a freshman in high school. And what happened is I just kept working at it, and I kept getting better and better and better. And even when I went to the NBA, I really couldn't shoot a jump shot. And it took Bob McAdoo and Stan Van Gundy took me aside, and they started working with me before and after practice every single day. So I was talking to my son this morning. I read an article back in the day when I tried out for the Celtics. No one knew who I was. They didn't know if I was going to make the team. They basically were counting me out, and I just kept working. So I like to just encourage people, if you really have a dream in your heart, to go after it, do everything you can. And, like they say, shoot for the moon. If you don't hit it, you end up amongst the stars.
Absolutely.
Wow, Ronnie, to mention Bob McAdoo, he's one of the first NBA players I remember vividly as a kid, and just unbelievable. But Ronnie, I wanted to ask you a couple of things about the complex you got. But before that, thanks for the stroll down memory lane with the Fellowship of Christian Athletes.
Yeah. As
a kid, I remember in Arkansas, you watching them play. They would go and play in the major colleges back then. And, a great ministry. But, wow, the thing that stood out, they had some dudes. I mean, them guys could play and were very competitive.
Yeah.
And so thanks for it. I forgot all about those games that they used to do. But
we tricked a couple of the colleges when we walked in. They thought, oh, we just gonna run over these guys. And I'm telling you, man, we can play the ball. So
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you went out there to win. It was an exhibition. But those were great memories watching Fellowship of Christian Athletes play the colleges. But when you look at your new complex, if I'm correct, the one that you had, the 3-court facility, opened up in 1996, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I can't remember the year. It was no, it wasn't 96. It was 11 years ago that we opened up. So, and here's the thing: when we opened that facility, it was all about training and team play, things like that. I never thought about running events. And then when you guys came along and started using the facility, I started saying, wow, this is pretty cool. I enjoy watching the kids have an opportunity to play. I think you guys do a tremendous job at giving them this opportunity. And they are so blessed and fortunate to have that chance to play some basketball like you do in the GBA on the weekend. So I enjoy even when I come up there and watch, I just enjoy seeing the kids compete. And so that's when we started that. But this facility, what happened is I kind of looked at what we did with the last one, and I said, you know what, I want to make it more event friendly. So we did a better job with seating. We did a better job with space. We did a better job with all the different things that makes it more of an event facility. We have a concession stand now, and I know you guys always would ask about concession. We have one now, so I'm excited, man. I can't wait to get back rolling. I can't wait till you guys come in and get a chance to see what we have. It's state of the art. It's probably the one I've been to a lot of facilities, and it is the best facility in the Midwest. Trust me.
And Ronnie, that's what I wanted to piggyback off of on that, because your 3-court facility, it was as well kept as any facility that we use. It was amazing that it was 11 years old or whatever. You couldn't tell it. When did you envision or get the idea, hey, let's go bigger and to what you've got now?
Well, it was about 4 years ago, and the challenge that we have when you guys have your events, as the changing of the guards, when teams come in and teams go out, people were walking over each other, and I'm like, God, it's tough. And then the viewing is from the sideline, so it's a little bit tough. And like I said, we never dreamed of doing that. So about 4 years ago, we started talking about it, and we were looking at the landlord. He had purchased 6 of the houses in this right next door, and the 7th one was the one that we needed. It was right in the middle. And what happened was there was an older lady that had the home. They actually contracted to sell it to Jeff, and but her husband had passed, and she just didn't want to move out of the house. So this was cool because Jeff could have, went to court and got the property. He said, you know what? No, we're not going to move the lady out of the house. We're going to let her stay until she feels comfortable with leaving. And so sure enough, about a year ago, she came about a year and a half ago, she came up to Jeff and said, yeah, Jeff, I'm ready to move. And, so we waited about 2.5, 3 years before we were able to do this. So it's been, the steps have been awesome. I'm so happy that we're open now. But the only challenge is like having a Ferrari in the garage. You can't drive it. So, but there's going to be a day where this is all going to go away, and I'm looking forward to it. And you guys will come down and see what we have, and you're going to be impressed. I really think that you're going to enjoy playing events here at this facility.
And I'm sure, and just like Tommy said, when we was there, you're there, and it's just the little things at the tournaments and at the facilities. It's the cleanliness. It's somebody being there. It's the nets if something goes wrong. Right. It's the sometimes the clock, something happens. At all times, you was there, your staff was there, and I got to tell you, we do 40 to 50 of these, and there was not a nicer place and a better well-run place than yours. And that's why we said when you built it doesn't matter how many new facilities are in Cincinnati, whatever else comes up, we're committed to be there, because we pride ourselves on running good tournaments, and we want good venues and good facilities, and there is none better. I tell you, you guys have it down.
it goes the other way too, man. You
Yeah.
guys do a great job in running your tournaments. I can't tell you because I've had other events, and really, no one even comes close to what you guys do. You have people here. There's a schedule that's out, on time, ready to go. I mean, I've had events in my facility where the schedule wasn't posted until Friday, and they had a game Saturday. Things like that. You guys do a great job. You always have people here to handle stuff, the crowd, things like that. And I really appreciate partnering with you guys. It's been a great venture, and I'm looking forward to us continuing in the future for a long time.
Awesome. We had a viewer question, and I'll ask you that, and then I want to maybe tie in another question with that. The first part of the question was Derek asked, who was the toughest player you played against in the NBA?
Okay.
And then I guess along with that, we could ask, what teams have you played with? I know you played with several different teams.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I'll wait on my next question. Go ahead.
Well, the toughest player that I played against, went up one-on-one against, was Charles Barkley. He was that was when he was young, and he was just a huge, just cinder block, just sitting right in the middle of the lane. And I'll tell you a funny story. Kevin McHale was guarding him. Charles scored 12 points, and he had 6 rebounds in the first quarter. So coach decided that I'm going to show Kevin, I'm going to put Ronnie on him, right? So he put me on Charles. Charles gets a rebound, scores, and coach calls a timeout, and he just rails me. He just you guys, he just goes off on me. And I was just so disgusted that he jumped on me that hard because Kevin had let him score 12.6 one rebound. And so I'm telling you, he kept me in the game. He put me back out there. I went out there and I battled Barkley the whole rest of the game. He knew I was all over him. I was boxing him. I was grabbing his shorts. I was pushing him. I was doing all kind of stuff. I was not going to let the coach yell and scream at me again like that. So Barkley's probably the toughest guy that I guarded personally. Although I got to say this, I went up against Larry Bird every day in practice. So it's kind of hard not to say, but he was my teammate. And I had a chance to play my rookie season with the Celtics. I got a short stint in Charlotte with the Hornets. Then I went to New York. I played with the New York Knicks for 3.5 years. In that time, I had a chance to play with the Miami Heat. When Pat Riley went from New York to Miami, he brought me down there. And then I also got a short stint with the Atlanta Hawks. So I played with 5 different teams, and I played for 5 years in the NBA. And I also played overseas. I played 4 years overseas, and I played 6 years in the CBA, which is the the NBA G League now. So it was a great career. I'm thankful. I bounced around. I was a journeyman. I never had a guaranteed contract. Didn't sign for all this money. I just went every day, old school, and worked my tail off. And it was a good stint for me.
That is awesome. Now, just listen, guys, to what he's taught. I mean, he's going up Kevin McHale. I mean, that was like Larry Bird, Charles Barkley. I mean, and
all these guys.
Yeah. Now,
it was
guys, you need to listen. And now you're training now. You're training boys and girls? It doesn't matter.
Yes.
Individual stuff, all that camps and different things, guys. Right. If you're in Cincinnati and you don't want to go, I mean, you need to get there and train. Think of the things like you said. You didn't have the ability to have someone help you along the way, and now all of these, these kids need to take advantage of this stuff. And I'm sure you work with people and boys, girls, whatever, you need to get there and this knowledge. If you want to play in the college, Coach Ronnie will tell you what you need to do to get there, and he'll show you what you need to get there. If that's your dream, if you want to play or you want to make your team, and that's the reason we started the GBA. It's not necessarily for the total elite athletes, but maybe it's somebody that's didn't make the team in his junior high and is trying to make the team maybe from 7th grade to 8th grade. You could help them along that journey. And I think that's the biggest thing.
And we've had several success stories. And again, my heart gets warm because I had a young lady came to me in 4th grade and she said, the coach she didn't make her team at the Loveland high school, elementary school. And she sat in my office with tears in her eyes and she said, I want to play. And I told her, I said, hey, here's the things that you need to do. It's not going to happen overnight, but here's what you need to do. And she's actually at a point where she's getting, D3 and D2 looks, which is
awesome.
Something that I'm just blown away by, because, here's a kid that got cut, in fourth grade, and now all of a sudden she's worked her way into that position. And here's another thing, my story, I got cut in fifth grade. And, sixth grade, they didn't give me a uniform to play on the team. I was on the team, but they didn't give me a uniform because they didn't have enough. So I had to wear the PE. Remember the gold and blue PE gear?
Yeah.
For the games. And so here I am, I'm scratching and clawing all the way through. And here, I told somebody the other day, I didn't get my first college letter until my senior year in college. And these guys were getting it their freshman year and things like that. And I was the guy that played longer than all of them. And it's just, you got to, set your mind to it. You got to work at it. But you also, like Jeff's saying, you need someone to show you the way. And that's what we do here. We show people the way to be the best they can be, whatever that may be. If it's, hey, I want to be on my high school team and be a starter, or you know what, I want to make the high school team. Those are the things that we do here at RGB.
Well, and that kind of goes on what I was going to say. That says a lot for your character and the type of person you are and your knowledge, because you said yourself, you didn't, you made it to the NBA and couldn't make a jump, your jump shot was so, and then you went on to have a long professional career. Mm-hmm. So, you obviously know the game, what needs to be done to succeed at the highest level. So, definitely, GBA Nation kids out there, Cincinnati area, you need to hook up with Coach Ronnie, and if you're looking to get better, he is definitely the person you need to talk to.
Yeah, and the staff along with it. Yeah, the staff along with it. I mean, now think about it. We're talking a guy didn't make the team in fifth and sixth grade, or got another whatever jersey, and now you went to the and played NBA. I mean, this is great stuff. This is amazing.
That all the time, we have tryouts for our teams, and I write a personal email to say, guys, if you don't make the team, don't take it personal. Just keep working. Just keep working, because again, if I would have stopped then, guess what? Wouldn't have made it. But I kept going. And as long as you love it, as soon as you don't love it, then put it down. But as long as you love it and you want to do it, go as far as you can.
Gee, Ronnie, if you would have gave up, you would have never made it to GBA TV, and that would have been bad. But
I look at, one of the surreal things that's happened to me is I drive up and my name is on the building. I can't believe that. I mean, I was an inner city kid from LA, single parent home, and really grew up poor. I grew up in South Central LA. So the average age of a black male was 28 at that time, with the gang violence and all the stuff going on, drugs and everything. To be sitting in this office with jerseys on the wall and to say that here I am, I'm a business person and all this and that, it's just surreal to me. And I'm thankful that I have this opportunity. So I want to bless other people with this. I want to give back. And that's what we're all about here.
And we're happy to ride your coattails. And Ronnie, it's great to have you tonight as the leadoff hitter for a big night in sports with the NFL draft just a few hours away. And I just want to ask you, because we all wonder, all these players that are waiting by the phone and just what that is like. In 1987, you got a phone call in the fifth round. You know what it feels like on that end. Can you take us back to that day? And was you expecting a phone call? And when you got one from the Nuggets, how did that go?
Well, you're going to be surprised at this, but that was actually probably the toughest day of my life. I had finished at New Orleans. We were 16th in the nation. We went to the NC2A tournament and we lost in the second round. We were ranked with, Duke, Temple, Indiana, all this. And here's all of a sudden this mid-major New Orleans in there. And I'm like, okay. And I was the leader of that team, was the guy that, was the rock and center of it. And man, I thought for sure I was going higher in the draft. I had a call from some of it was TBS back when the draft started, and TBS called and they wanted footage of me, and they thought I was going to go in the first round. And then I saw scouting reports that I was going to be a second round player. And so I went to the pre-draft camps. I went to Chicago. I went to Portsmouth. There was one other in Hawaii. I did not go to that one, but I went to, it was top, 60 players in the country. So I figured 60 players, that's at least the third round. So here we are. I'm, at home, family sitting with me. I'm watching. I'm like, okay, all right. So I watched the first round pick. I see a lot of names. Like, okay, that's cool. All right, my name didn't come up. Then I looked at, here's the second round, and I'm looking second round. My name didn't come up. Then all of a sudden, I start looking at the third round. I got to be in the third round. Name didn't come up, and I'm like, oh man. And then I looked at a little bit of the fourth round, and I was like, wow. And I started seeing names I didn't even see at the pre-draft camps. Things like, who's that? Who's this? What school? Where'd he go? And I'm like, how in the world? So I turned the TV off and I said, oh, well, I guess I'm not going to get drafted. It must be a mistake or something. And then the phone rang and I got the call from actually New Orleans reporter. And he said, congratulations, Ronnie. You went in the 5th round of the NBA draft. I was the 100 pick. And I was disgusted. And I remember my mom looking at me. She said, why aren't you excited? You got drafted in the NBA. And I'm like, Mom, you don't understand. 5th round players, they don't make the team. So my dream is just gone right down the drain, And she's like, no, just, keep your head up. And so I was like, okay, whatever. And so I decided to go to Denver and try out. My agent was trying to get me to go overseas. And I kept saying, no, I want to give it a shot. I really do. I want to try this. And it wind up being the last cut of the Denver Nuggets. I mean, I almost made the team. And Doug Moe, I don't know if you guys remember Doug Moe. He came up and he said, Ronnie, you were really close. He said, you just need a little more fine tuning. He said, just, go to the CBA and play. So I did do that. And then what happened after I went to the CBA, I decided to go back to school because I had 1 semester to finish. And I was like, you know what? I need to go back and finish this. So I went back to school and finished. Then the next year I went out for the Celtics. They called me 2.5 weeks before training camp. I didn't think anybody's going to call me. And they called me 2.5 weeks for training camp. And I wound up making the Celtics that year. So that draft story, man, that's a tough day. Trust me, that's not easy. But I know what these guys are going through, man. And you just never know. You never know. And so I'm thankful I got drafted. Now I look back on it, I'm like, man, you shouldn't have been like that. But as when I was going through it, 20 years old, 22 years old, I'm like, man, I should be higher than this, man. I can't believe nobody, and so it's all good. And I'm thankful that I got a chance.
Man, that's awesome stories to hear. And it's amazing. It couldn't happen to a better guy. I want to go back to Ronnie now compared to what, when you was in 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade. Okay. If you're on the team now and potentially the exposure weekends now are getting canceled and maybe you're not a Division I player, Division II player, Division III player or whatever, or even in junior high, what would you be doing now at this time off with your knowledge that you have now compared to then? How would you utilize this time either, in the weight room, wherever you could get to, or doing, some stuff at home? How would you cope with what you had available to you, whether it's a basketball court, whether it's a basketball, whether it's, doing stuff physically? How would you prepare now, knowing the knowledge that you have now, for these kids that are not maybe going to get to play, you didn't get to play in their season got cut short. Who knows what the summer is going to bring? How would you prepare yourself?
Well, what I would say to all of them is, number one, you got to stay ready. One of the things about opportunity, it comes at different times and you got to be ready to take advantage of it. So here are some of the things you really need to do to stay ready. Number one, skills. I'm going to say this more and more to everyone I talk to. You have to have the skills to play this game. if you can shoot the ball and hit, 9 out of 10 shots in a game, or you can really handle the ball well, and you can make some really nice passes, those are the things that scouts will see. And even in the games, the exposure games that you play in, there's a lot of, times you may not win the game, but they can really see if you can play. And so if you're working on your skills and doing the repetition that you need to do, you're going to be ready to play the game of basketball. And so that would be number one, stay ready. Now, here's the thing you got to do is you have to have a plan. That's what I excelled at. I had a workout plan every single time I went to training camp. What I would do is I'd say, okay, I'm going to run 3 days a week. I'm going to do, sprint work 2 days a week. I'm going to lift weights 4 days a week. I'm going to eat this. I'm going to do that. So as you're going through and you have your goals, what you want to do is plan that out and say, okay, you have time now. So most of the kids, school is done. And so for the most part, I know some people are doing online stuff. For the most part, you have the rest of the day to be able to work out, and you don't need to be in a gym in order to do these things. You can do them at home. Now, of course, you want to have expert training and someone that's been there telling you this, but don't let that stop you from using your time now to be ready to play the game. And so that would be the first thing I would say, be ready. The second thing is, if you want to go to school, and I'm doing this with my son now, he's a junior now. What we've done is we've got onto a software platform that has his profile on it. It has some game film that that colleges can see. They have like a highlight film of him. He has a promo film. He has his GPA on there, all these different things. And what you want to do is you want to start researching colleges that you want to go to, because I've talked to several coaches in this last little hiatus. And what happened is they're online looking for players. That's the only thing they can do right now. They can't go out and see them. So what they're doing is looking for players online. So what you want to do is send out emails and links to your profiles and things like that, and try to put yourself out there, because that's really how they're going to have to make their decisions, of, hey, who do I come see? So let's say things open up, coming up here pretty soon. They are going to look at the folks that's been in front of their face and say, well, I need to see this kid. I need to see this kid. I need to see this kid. So be ready, but also start researching colleges and get your information out there.
Wow. Yeah. Great stuff. That is totally awesome. And that's why we put this together and do videos like this for the kids and their parents, because a lot of them don't understand. You only know what you've been taught. Right. And I think that's the biggest thing. So a lot of people are trying to do good, but they don't know exactly maybe what to do. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, like you said, you need to get there. If you're in Cincinnati, definitely you need to check out RG Basketball Academy and Ronnie and his staff, and they will definitely help you along the way.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And you hit it exactly, Ronnie, is be ready, because, when this thing does open up, the general consensus is it's just going, as far as on what we do and playing and things like that, it's going to you're going to take off running. There's not going to be much preparation. Yeah.
That's what I've been doing with my facility. I put up 5 hand sanitizers. We got totally touchless bathroom stuff. We've got, signs all over the facility, hey, we're working through all this, and I don't want to wait till May 1st and then they say you can open, and, oh, what do I do now? Well, I'm saying the same thing for the kids. Get yourself ready. My son is going through now, and he's out running. I mean, you can get outside and run and stay in shape and all that good stuff. He's lifting weights. He's shooting. He's doing everything he can to stay ready. And that game time is going to come. You guys are going to bring it for us, which is excited about, I'm ready for, and we're going to have a lot of fun doing this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ronnie, this has been great. I just, for my part, close 2 quick questions. The first question you can answer in 2 words. If it's about 8:10 tonight, your hometown Bengals call, and the owner, Mr. Brown, says, Ronnie, who do we need to take with the first pick of the draft? Who is it?
Oh, that's your quarterback from LSU?
Yes. All right.
That's him.
You got it. Yeah.
And I would be remiss if I didn't ask, with The Last Dance, the documentary from this past Sunday, if I didn't ask you, is there anything Michael Jordan related, a game run into or something you would like to share real quick?
Yeah, Jordan was phenomenal. I'll tell you this. We used to joke about all the two guards in the league. They seem to get hurt the night before they play against the Bulls because they just didn't want to have Jordan score 40 on them. And so all the two, I'm glad I was a 3-4. So I never guarded him. I didn't have to guard him. And but he was amazing watching him play. And I'm really how would I say, impressed at his ability. It's amazing. So, but I will say this is one of the guys that work here. He went to school with the quarterback from LSU, so they're actually roommates. So he knows them well. Yeah. So I'm
these are super kid. We watched them,
man. Right here.
There you go.
Yeah, Jeff went watched him play in high school a couple times, I think.
Yeah, really good. Good family. He's a good family.
He's going to change the whole program. That's the kind of player you need in order to build the whole team around. And I really feel the Bengals have done well over the years. In a sense, it's just that they need that one player to take them over the top, and he's that guy.
Yeah, we're hoping he's got a great family as well, and his dad coaches at OU and coached at OU, High University, and they're just really good people. So we're excited for them to watch that tonight. And then I've got two questions, Ronnie. First of all, teams. You run. Fill us in exactly what RG basketball has. I know you have some girls teams. Do you have any boys teams as well? That kind of
boys and girls. And what we've done on the boys' side is we've kind of catered more to the kid that wants to play in high school. So we haven't done like the travel teams for the boys. We've dabbled in it a little bit, but not in a way where, we have all these boys teams traveling all over the place. We basically have the kids that want to play other sports, but they also want to play basketball in high school. So what they do is they come and they work out with us for 2 hour-and-a-half skill training session. And I call it skills training practices because we focus mostly on the skills. We're totally different from most of the other programs. We don't focus on game strategies. We focus on skills because that's the key for them to take the next step. And then we have a game play on the weekends. We play in the league, and it's a nice little package for them to really develop. The girls, we've done different. We kind of have taken the girls and done more traveling, and we play in your events, Jeff. So it's been fun to do that. We had a pretty strong girls program at one time, and then the person that was running it, he left. And so we kind of had to restart it. So we're going to start it back up again and get it rolling. We have 3 teams right now that travel and play. And again, I've dabbled in it because both my daughters play college basketball. So I've always coached them and done more traveling teams with that. So I'm excited we want to have the strong boys program, but here's the challenge. We didn't have the space. The problem, we were running out of space. We couldn't have both. So we just stayed with the boys, but now we can get the girls back up to where they need to be.
Awesome. And then I know this is a basketball show, but I can't say that we love the colors in the court with the volleyball program that you have. Fill us in a little bit. Now you're venturing in. Are you putting teams together for volleyball? That's available through your facility as well?
Yes. I had to change the name from Ronnie Grandison Basketball Academy to Ronnie Grandison Sports Academy because we've ventured into volleyball. And we had boys and girls. We're the only club in the Midwest with a boys and girls program, and we fielded 38 teams this year. So It was a real nice growth spurt for us, and we're excited to have it. Volleyball is huge, Jeff. It's just huge.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it until I got my director here, and she's been running this, and it's amazing. I mean, we had just over 600 kids at tryouts. I mean, it's just something that a lot of girls play, and we're excited about it. The boys play too. So we had 13 boys teams, and we had 25 girls teams. So,
wow.
Yes.
That's congrats to you. That's awesome. As your place continues to grow and your business continues to go, we couldn't be more happier for you. Anybody in the Cincinnati area wants training, I think they need to get to Ronnie and his staff, and volleyball or basketball as well. And
we do a full slate of volleyball training. We've broken down into clinics. We have setters clinics. We have training teams. We have pre-teams that you can work with a group of kids, and we do individual training. We do it all. So that we're keeping the same motto. We just want to help kids develop. That's our key. And let me say this: it's not all about winning here. It's about development. If we win, we're happy, but we want to see the development. If we can take a kid from here to here, then we are totally satisfied and totally happy. I'll tell you one thing. I had a girls team. I used to play in your events too, Jeff. And we had 11 kids, and 9 of them played college basketball on a Division 1, 2, or 3 level and we didn't win every game. You know what I'm saying? But they got better, and they were able to go on to play in college, which I'm totally pumped about.
Yeah, we couldn't be more excited to get to your new facility. And I know Tommy usually asks this question, but I want to jump in because we know your family. Your family so well, and we see them. Obviously, we see your wife a lot of the weekends as well, and your kids there. Now you have your daughter one of your daughters along with you helping out. Tell everybody about your family, how they're doing. A little bit, kind of brag on the Grandisons because they're great people. So we'd love to know.
Wife's been wonderful. She supported me through this whole vision, and she's been by my side the whole time. She helps us with the concession stand. Actually, now she took that on, and I'm telling you, man, it's nice. Trust me, this is not going to be the regular old deal. It's got a lot of good things, and people will love it and enjoy it. So she's doing that, but she also helps me with marketing and the social media side. All that social media stuff, that's my wife. I want to give her the credit for that. She's getting that done. So I have an older daughter that's married that lives in town. But the next one behind her is Ronnie. Ronnie's with me. And Ronnie actually coached Division II basketball at Malone University. She played Division I at UMass and NJIT. And she has a master's degree. And she decided to help me. And she's just a great coach. And she's going to be our director of our girls basketball program. And she's developing that. And I told her, I said, hey, I want to start from ground level. Let's build this into a great program so we'll be around a long time. And then I have another daughter, Naomi. She played at Malone University, and she was on scholarship, and she's out in Los Angeles right now with my grandmother, or my mother, her grandmother, and she's in public relations. And then my son is 17. He homeschools. He plays for the Cincinnati Trailblazers. And then I have another daughter that's 14. So we'll be in this for a while, Jeff. My son's almost done, but as soon as my son gets finished, I finish coaching him, I'm going to transfer over to help the girls and be a part of that. And I'm helping them anyway, but I mean coaching and all that stuff. So to me, I don't see myself retiring. Thankful it's a family business. I get to see my kids all the time. I get to see my family all the time. I know that's not always the case, but it's just been a blast. I mean, it's a lot of work, but at the end of the day, I go home every day fulfilled and enjoying everything I do.
Well, Ronnie, I am sure I can't wait to try out that concession stand because I know personally my wife, she follows your wife on social media, and I think she's even messaged her and got some recipes for some things she's posted on there. So I know they've traded some comments back and forth or recipes. So I'm sure whatever's going to be in that concession stand, Barb's going to have it ready to go.
Man, we got the first couple. We had 2 events before everything closed down, and we were slammed. I'm telling you, we sold out of everything. And we really don't know, that part of the business. We are more basketball trainers and all that. But I tell you what, I enjoy, because before we were like, you guys have concessions. Well, we have it now, guys. I can't wait till you see it. We also, I don't know if we have shot clocks on every court too. I didn't know you.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, that's definitely a possibility for us in the future, doing some things, especially with the older groups.
Yeah. And we got the college line down. We got the NBA line down on some of the courts, not all of them. But it's pretty cool, man. It's state of the art. You guys are gonna love it. The bathrooms are great too. I just want you guys to know. My wife got on me about that. She's like, you got to have some nice bathrooms. So when you walk in the bathroom, you'll be like,
Believe it or not, I'm sure that that's not the case everywhere we go. So we definitely appreciate that. So that's awesome, man. I tell you, man, talking to you, we miss being there. We miss getting back to Cincinnati, and we can't wait. And I tell you, Ohio, especially Cincinnati, is very lucky that your family decided to settle in to Cincinnati, and players, boys, girls, need to get into RG Basketball Academy and check it out. And then I'm sure your schedule will adjust accordingly once things open up with the training and all that stuff. You'll get back at it hopefully pretty soon.
Yeah, we're looking at having a full summer. We probably be training from morning till night this summer to make up for some of the stuff we missed. And then, be happy to have you guys on the weekends, man. That should be nice to have you guys here on the weekends, and should be fun once we get started again. I know the kids are itching to get in the gym. They're calling me left and right.
We're getting phone calls as well. Yeah, the coaches are calling, and they're getting antsy. And I think as soon as it starts getting a little warmer, it's going to be hard to hold them back, I think. So they're ready to go. So
we should be ready, man. You guys are going to you're going to enjoy big time.
Awesome, guys.
Ronnie,
you got anything?
we just want to say thanks again for joining us tonight, and taking the time to get on here and talk. It's been a great. I see it's been 50 minutes we've been on here just talking. So it's been fun to talk to you. We miss seeing you guys, and we look forward to get down there in the new facility to get some GBA events rolling. Okay, man. Well, I appreciate you guys having me on. Anything I can do, let me know. Take care, and make sure you tell all the family we said hi. All right, man. Thanks, guys.
Take care. We'll see you soon.
All right.
Okay, guys.
All right. Thanks.
Man, that was Tommy. What do you think of that?
Wow, what an honor to
Ronnie
have
is,
him on.
Awesome family, awesome group. So we're really excited for. Hopefully, we'll get back in there pretty soon. Yeah, and a lot of great information and fun stories. Listen to Ronnie's story. So GBA Nation players, take note of that, and we need to get. Yeah, we'll get the info. We'll put his info on when John posts this. We'll put the info about his social media and website pages. You need to check it out. Get in and train with them guys. Great trainers, but better people. So, if you're in the Cincinnati area, make sure you take advantage of that. So.
And hey, fellas, for GBA TV, not a bad 24 hours, huh? Katie Smith last night and Ronnie Grandison tonight.
Absolutely. Two phenomenal people. The game for sure. Yep. Okay, guys. All right. Take care. Thanks for joining us, GBA Nation. And we'll have look for us here maybe the weekend. We'll be back on live, and then we got a full slate of shows coming up next week. Take care. God bless. We'll see you all soon.